Good morning class. Today we are going to discuss about our next topic, that is formation of soil. In earlier lectures we have discussed about what is soil, how soil is made up of, what are the different layers of soil, and what is humus. Now we are going to discuss about formation of soil. How was soil made? In earlier lectures we have discussed about rocks, right? That rocks are very hard. And now in this chapter we have discussed about soil, that soil is loose and soft than the rock. So how this soil was made? It was made earlier around 1000 to 2000 years ago and decades ago. But how it was made? The rocks were broken into very tiny particles by the action of the wind and water. The rocks, like this, suppose this is the rock, it got broken down by the wind and water pressure. Now, because of the action of the wind and water, the rocks got broken down into very tiny particles into a powdered substance which further formed soil. This breaking down of rocks is also called as weathering of rocks. Now, we have also discussed that soil contains clay, silt and sand, right? So, what are the size of clay particles, silt particles and sand particles into it? Clay particles are very fine particles. These are the smallest particles. Whether the silt particles are medium in size in between the clay and sand particles. And sand particles are the largest particles. So all these combine to form soil. And how does soil form? Soil was formed by the breaking down of the rocks into very tiny particles into powdered substance. Now there is one more thing, that humus is also there. Where does that humus came from? The dead plants and the animals, when they get decayed, they form humus, which is very helpful for the soil. It makes the soil fertile. And humus provides all the nutrients which are required by the plants to grow. See, you all need nutrients to grow, right? Likewise, plants also need nutrients to grow, and they are getting those nutrients from the dead and decaying animals. That is basically your humus. This process or this formation of soil is very slow. It takes about 500 to 1000 years to make a layer that is 2.5 centimeter thick layer. See, 2.5 centimeter is not very thick, it is very thin. To make this layer, it takes 1000 to 500 years. Then we have discussed about that there are three different layers: topsoil, subsoil and bedrock. So to make that, it must have taken a larger time. So this process of formation of soil is very slow, and it had taken 1000 to 2000 years to make the soil. So soil is a very precious resource. It is very important for us because our survival also depend on this soil. Plants grow into the soil and it provides support to the plants. So it is very necessary that we should conserve this soil. We should make sure that this soil will remain as it is. It remains fertile and it gets all the proper nutrients. Okay class, this will be all for today. Thank you for listening.